French President Emmanuel Macron has called on Syria's new leadership to consider joining the Iraq-based international coalition against Daesh to prevent instability during its transitional period. Speaking at an international conference in Paris, Macron addressed Syrian Foreign Minister Assad Hassan al-Shibani, who led a delegation on Syria's first official visit to the European Union since the December overthrow of former President Bashar al-Assad. The conference brought together regional and Western powers to discuss strategies for safeguarding Syria's fragile transition as tensions continue to rise across the Middle East. The visit also follows President Macron's recent invitation to Syria's transitional president Ahmed al-Sharaa for talks in France. French Foreign Minister Jean-Noël Barrot has called for a clear and binding transitional timeline in Syria as world leaders gathered in Paris to support the country's fragile political transition. Attending the conference was Syrian Foreign Minister Assad al-Shibani, leading a delegation on Syria's first official visit to the European Union since the overthrow of Bashar al-Assad. The visit also comes days after French President Emmanuel Macron invited Syria's transitional president Ahmed al-Sharaa to France. Regional and Western powers at the conference discussed ways to stabilize Syria amid ongoing regional turmoil and ensure a smooth transition of power. A Syrian preparatory committee has announced that armed groups refusing to disarm and submit to the Defense Ministry's authority will be excluded from the country's national dialogue on its future. The statement raises concerns that the Syrian Democratic Forces, which control large parts of northern and eastern Syria, could be left out of the national conference unless they comply with disarmament demands from the new Damascus government. The seven-member committee is tasked with preparing for the national conference, where interim President Ahmed al-Sharaa will present a statement forming the foundation for a constitutional declaration. The new Syrian administration has called for the SDF to integrate into the national armed forces, but rejected the group's proposal to remain in a separate military bloc within the army. China's UN Permanent Representative Fu Kong has called on the international community to step up support for Syria and ensure it does not become a haven for terrorist groups. At a UN Security Council briefing, China's envoy Fu Kong urged global support for Syria's political transition, emphasizing the need for aid, stability, and an inclusive national dialogue. He called for a clear timeline in the process and warned that Syria must not become a terrorist haven, stressing this as a red line for the international community.